I sent over 100 DMs every day on social media platforms, and what I realized is actually shocking. You don't need to send that many DMs every day. Because here's the thing, if you're doing the strategies right and if you're using the correct strategies, you won't need to send that many DMs to get replies. For example, I get 5 bookings, 4 to 5 bookings in a day, and I do that by only sending now around 20 DMs. Only 20 DMs because now I'm using the right strategies and social media platforms don't ban me. So I'm going to share these strategies with you just because I really want you guys to use the correct strategies because there's so many gurus out there that show the fake strategies which don't work. And the strategies that I'm going to tell you are completely real and they're different from what other people are telling you. You must have seen many people like Alex Hermonzi or other gurus that tell you how to do cold outreach, but that's not true because you must have noticed that it doesn't work for you. And yes, it doesn't work for you because those strategies are outdated. And now in 2025, there are new strategies, new ways, new methods of outreach because those strategies have gotten old. So, the first thing that I noticed is always be direct. You never have to build rapport. And building rapport means you want to pitch your offer to somebody. You want to ask them if they're interested in your service and if they want to pay you or something like that for your services. But you just go in and say, "Hi, how are you?" Never do that because I remember whenever I tried to say, "Hi, how are you? How are you doing? I saw your recent post and I resonate with it a lot," or stuff like that, they never replied. And even if they replied, I mean, sometimes they did, but it was just a waste of time because they were like, "Oh, I'm good." And then I was like, "Okay, you're good. And now, how's your kids?" And blah, blah, blah. And they're like, "Oh, my kids are fine and everything." And then I asked them, "By the way, are you interested in this?" And they would usually just say, "No, I'm not interested." And so I did all of that conversation, asking them about their day, about their health, about their kids. And then they're not even interested in my service. It was a waste of time. So always I have from now on, whenever I send my 20 DMs per day and I get lots of responses, I always be direct. I never try to, beat around the bush. Always gonna go straight into the point. Hey, I'm helping business owners get more clients. I have a marketing agency. Are you interested? To the point. Never build report. The second thing that I'm going to tell you is always keep your first message short. So people have this idea that you need to make your message really long. And honestly, when I used to send 100 DMs per day, I used to do that too. I used to make my message really long, and I only got around one lead a day, and that also rarely. I never really got any leads in a day. I would usually get one lead in a week, and I would really barely get any positive responses. I only got responses because I was doing a lot of outreach. But once I realized the simple rule that always keep your first message short so that they can read it. Nobody wants to read a long paragraph from a stranger. So I always kept my first message short, and I remember once that I saw this guy, he's a great guy, and he's actually real. There's so many gurus that are giving fake advices, but I look up to him. He's actually my friend as well, and he gave me the advice that always keep your first message really short. And when I tried that, I was like, no way this can work. And when I sent my first message, "Hey, are you interested in this?" I was really direct. No, "Hey, how are you? Hope you're doing good." Nothing like that. Just to the point. "I do this. Are you interested?" And I got so many positive replies. It was actually crazy. I remember the first that I got so many positive replies, I was actually like, no way this works. And there's so many gurus that are telling me to do the opposite, telling me to ask them about their day, ask them about their kids, and then send them long paragraphs that, "Oh, you also resonate with them and you want to marry them." I mean, this is crazy, guys. You need to be direct. Always be direct. Also, keep in mind that you never want to come off as desperate because as soon as you look too pushy or too desperate, they lose in trust. Because imagine this, if somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, do you want a hot dog?" You're like, "No." And then they say, "No, try it. It's really good. It has mayonnaise and everything." And you were like, "No, stop being so pushy." Of course, you would just say no, right? So you never want to look pushy. And what I mean by that is when they're not replying to your message or they're replying late, never send too many follow-up messages. "Hey, just following up to see blah blah blah." I don't know. People send so many messages to follow up. What I do is when somebody doesn't reply, I just wait. Just wait for one day. And then after one day, if they still don't reply or don't see my message, I say just say, did my last message come through? And if they still don't reply after 2 days, I say, can you see my above message? That actually does not make you look desperate, because when you look desperate, when you send long paragraphs, hey, I was just seeing if you're well, I was just checking up on you. Come on, this offer is really good. Book a call right now. Book a call right now. When you're being too pushy, it will, even if they were, if even if they were gonna book a call, and then they were like, wait, I just need to do something and then I'll come back and book a call. But if you're being too pushy, they will immediately like be like, hold on, I don't want to book a call right now. Okay. So always send a message that is only one line long, if that makes sense. Never in a conversation send a message that is like a whole paragraph, because that's gonna decrease the value of your service. Even if it's a great service, it doesn't matter. If you're gonna send long messages, and if you're gonna send messages after every minute or every hour, you're gonna look too desperate. Next thing is always be unique. So you must have seen this. You must have seen so many gurus, so many famous gurus with a million views telling you how to do outreach, telling you what messages to send. But have you ever thought that a million people watch those videos? And if a million people watch those gurus, it means that the million people are spamming the same message. And the people that you're trying to reach out to, they've seen that message a million times, and you're the 1,000,001th person who's sending them that message, and they haven't replied it to a 1 million times before. Why would they reply to you now? Does that make sense? All I'm saying is always be unique. If you've seen someone do an outreach message and you're like, oh, let me copy him, no, don't copy him, because if many people are using that same message, it's likely that your target audience has already seen that message 100 times before. So you always have to be unique. Just be unique. Just add some small things like SUP, SUP SUP. I always add SUP in my outreach strategies. And I know another, my friend, you know what he uses? He says his first line is, hey dog, hope you're doing, hey dog or something, hey dog, what's up? That's literally his first opener line, and he gets so many positive responses. Now, I haven't tried that personally. I think it's too weird, but you can try that and let me know if that works for you. I just use SUP SUP. And then there's so many appointment setters and VAs out there that are like, hi, hope you're doing good. Hope your day is going good. I just wanted to let you know that I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Like, listen, if everybody else is using this strategy and this opener line, they automatically are associated with it with spam. If you're unique, if you use your own strategies, you're gonna get a lot of responses. Next thing that I want to tell you is always, always reply fast. Because when you reply on time, there's a much higher rate they will see your messages. Don't come off as desperate. Don't reply and like, if they say, yeah, I'm interested, and then you're like, immediately, you're like, okay, okay, here's what I do, and then copy paste a large message. They're gonna immediately know it's a spam. First of all, you should never copy paste a large message. I already said that. Also, as soon as they say, I am interested, just wait for like 5 seconds and then reply back. So you're not really that desperate, and they have interest. And then just say like three to and describe in 2 to 3 lines what you do, and then ask them a qualifying question to keep the conversation going. And if you don't want to ask them a qualifying question, then you can ask them to book a call. But don't be too pushy towards the call. If they don't reply to your first message, wait for a day and then follow up. So here's the things that I learned in my outreach. I sent over 1,000 DMs, and these are the things I learned. I think more than 1,000. I've gotten so many disabled accounts just because I've been spamming messages. But now I've stopped, and now I have significantly reduced the number of messages that I send, because even if I send small amount of messages, I get a much higher reply rate from using these strategies. So apply these yourself and let me know in the comment section down below if they work for you or not. They should work for you actually. See you in the next one. Bye.